And welcome back to video 2 as we begin our look at chapter 34 on the different forms of prayer. So on your Google Classroom, you should see the PDF for the pages of this particular chapter. And I want to thank Ms. Nickdow for scanning the pages for our use, especially during this time of distance learning. So last chapter, we had an introduction to prayer. And we saw that prayer was the very basis of our relationship with God, that I can communicate with God openly with what I need, that He may know everything, but I cannot treat God like a mind reader, but that it's a relationship, it's a covenant, and it's where God has His part and I have my part in this particular process. So now we look at really the different types of prayer, and for many of you, you know this, but you may not know the words that go into each aspect or description. So if you are looking at the PDF copy, I'm going to refer to the grid on page 374. So we have your 5 different types of prayer, and we have blessing, petition, intercession, thanksgiving, and praise. So let's take a look at the first one. What is a blessing? Now, you hear the word blessing, you think of giving someone a special blessing for their special day, or asking for someone's blessing if you're going to be doing something where we on this island have so much respect for our elders that we need their blessing whenever we meet them. And it's a very difficult thing to do now because we're asked to, keep our distance. So our amen has to be more of a bow from a distance. But blessing, what is a blessing? A blessing is a prayer asking that God care for a particular person, place, or activity. We have what we call the sending forth prayer, where we ask God to bless you. We also hear in our morning prayers, bless this place, O most holy Trinity. That's a blessing. We're asking God to bless. But we also see in that prayer that there are different other aspects as well. So petition. So when you hear the word petition, it's basically in government, you are making a request to the whatever particular agency, or if you are running for office and you have a petition that needs to be signed for your candidacy, basically it's this particular need for you to move on to the next part in running for office. So petitioning is you are asking people to give their support for you by signing their name on the document. In regards to prayer, petition is when we ask God for help and forgiveness. Forgive me for when I sin, dear God. We think of the Confiteor at Mass. I confess to Almighty God. Intercession, a prayer on behalf of another person or group. So someone who intercedes for you, who speaks on your behalf. And then thanksgiving. We're familiar with this. We have Thanksgiving every November. It's basically gratitude for the gift of life and the gifts of life. And then the last one in the 5 types of prayer is praise. And this is where we give praise or acknowledgement to God for all that God has done for us. First of all, we know that God is God. God is the creator and sustainer of life. Not just for what He gives us, but because of who He is. So again, we review back into the 5 different types. We have blessing, we have petition, we have intercession, thanksgiving, and praise. So we'll stop here for now, and we will go into video number 3 regarding chapter 34.